All right, good morning, everyone. Another addition to the Haag series, hamstrings, abs, adductors, and glutes. So what we have here is we're working on a little bit more of our hip cars and more of our active mobility. So focusing here is internal external rotation, and we're also learning how to transfer through the lower oblique into the low abdomen. So the primary thing I'm trying to focus on here is keeping a very strict pelvis and rib positioning here, trying to not let my torso or my pelvic girdle on the front side deviate from neutral. So making sure to only externally rotate. You can see I'm resetting there to make sure I do this. Only externally rotating at the femur, not opening up the hip girdle as well. So now we're trying to load into the glute medius here and extend up. And we're also making sure to keep that lat engagement, pulling both shoulders down towards the hips to engage the lats and stabilize the oblique. Now right here, we're gonna move more towards our midline, trying to make sure we transfer our abdominal tension. That's moving into the low abs, transferring back into the obliques and the lat and the hip flexor and glute medius. And then we're returning back down. You're going to see the transition here into the next leg. So right here, the big thing we're going to see is there's going to be a little bit of gear shifting on this left side as I start working through the more extreme portions of the range of motion right here where the oblique and the lat are really dominant. So the oblique's fully firing right now, glute medius. This is a very taxing section for that area specifically, especially the lat. So the hardest part here is maintaining position with the rib cage and the torso and lats and hips against the ground and not letting your torso deviate away from your neutral. Now you can see a little bit, you're gonna hit some of the shakes here in these bigger ranges of motion, at these more extreme ranges of motion as you try to keep the leg straight, as you try to keep the calf engaged, toe pulled up. Primary reason is because all the musculature is not at the same mobility range, and that's what we're trying to curve here, is we're trying to fix the lengthening of each of the musculatures so they lengthen at the same rates, they have the same mobility patterns. You're not getting hung up because of one part of your quad or hung up because of your hip flexor or hung up because of your hamstring. All right, guys, hope this was helpful. Give it a try, and we'll try again soon.